The 2024 election is heating up. Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are on a collision course in Pennsylvania. Trump held a rally, igniting his base. Harris is planning a visit, aiming to counter his message. Meanwhile, a budget showdown in Congress threatens a government shutdown. The stakes couldn't be higher. The political landscape is a battlefield. Trump is relying on his signature fiery rhetoric. Harris is focusing on policy and unity. Both campaigns see Pennsylvania as a must-win state. The outcome here could determine the fate of the nation. Trump's rally in Pennsylvania was a classic display of his political style. The energy in the air was palpable as supporters gathered in droves, eager to hear from the former president. He energized the crowd with attacks on the Biden administration, pointing out what he described as failures and missteps, and promises to make America great again. His rhetoric was filled with the same fervor that characterized his previous campaigns. The former president revisited familiar themes. He criticized immigration policies, arguing that the current administration's approach was ineffective and harmful to the country. He touted economic achievements during his term, reminding the audience of the low unemployment rates and economic growth that he claimed were the hallmarks of his presidency, and repeated claims of election fraud, insisting that the 2020 election was stolen from him, a statement that drew loud cheers and applause from the crowd. The rally highlighted Trump's enduring appeal among his base. His supporters, many of whom have been with him since his first campaign, showed unwavering loyalty. His supporters cheered his every word, hanging on to his every promise and declaration. They echoed his claims and joined in his attacks on opponents, creating a unified front against what they perceive as a common enemy. The event demonstrated the power of Trump's personality-driven campaign, showcasing his ability to connect with his audience on a deeply personal level, even as he faces legal challenges and ongoing controversy. Despite the legal battles and media scrutiny, his influence remained strong. The message was clear. Trump is back in the game and ready to fight. His determination to reclaim his position and continue his political journey was evident in every word he spoke. The rally ended with supporters waving flags and chanting, a testament to the enduring impact of Trump's political presence. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation for what lies ahead. Vice President Kamala Harris is heading to Pennsylvania with a different message. This visit is part of a broader strategy to counter former President Trump's influence and narrative, especially in key battleground states like Pennsylvania. She'll focus on the Biden administration's accomplishments, emphasizing the progress made over the past few years. This includes significant legislative victories and policy implementations that have aimed to improve the lives of everyday Americans and their vision for the future. Harris will outline the administration's plans for continued economic recovery, healthcare reform, and educational improvements, painting a picture of a hopeful and prosperous future. Expect to hear about infrastructure investments, job creation, and the positive impacts these projects have had on local communities. She will highlight how these initiatives have created thousands of jobs and revitalized critical infrastructure, and efforts to combat climate change. Harris will discuss the administration's commitment to renewable energy, reducing carbon emissions, and leading the global fight against climate change. She will stress the importance of these efforts for future generations. Harris will likely contrast this record with what she'll portray as the chaos and division of the Trump era. She will remind voters of the tumultuous times under Trump's leadership, emphasizing the need for stability and unity. Harris's visit is crucial for Democrats. It's not just about rallying the base, but also about strategic planning and coordination with local Democratic leaders to ensure a cohesive and effective campaign. They need to mobilize their base and persuade undecided voters. Harris will engage directly with voters, listening to their concerns and addressing their questions, aiming to build trust and support. Her challenge is to break through the noise and offer a compelling alternative to Trump's populist appeal. She will need to connect with voters on an emotional level, offering a vision that resonates with their hopes and aspirations. It's a delicate balancing act, appealing to the center while energizing the progressive wing of the party. Harris will strive to unify the party, ensuring that both moderate and progressive voices feel heard and represented in the broader Democratic agenda. Adding to the political drama, a budget battle is raging in Congress. Republicans and Democrats are at odds over spending priorities. The deadline to fund the government is fast approaching. A government shutdown is a real possibility. Republicans are demanding spending cuts. They want to rein in what they see as out-of-control government spending. Democrats argue that these cuts would harm essential programs and hurt working families. They're urging Republicans to compromise and avoid a shutdown. The clock is ticking. Section 5, Pennsylvania, a microcosm of the 2024 election. Pennsylvania is a key battleground state. It's a microcosm of the nation's political divide. Urban areas tend to vote Democrat, rural areas lean Republican. The suburbs are up for grabs. Both campaigns know that winning Pennsylvania is crucial for victory in 2024. Trump narrowly won Pennsylvania in 2016. Biden flipped it back in 2020. The state is once again a toss-up. The outcome here could hinge on turnout, particularly among key demographics like suburban women and working-class voters. Section 6. Trump's strategy, nostalgia, grievances, and attacks. Trump's campaign strategy relies on a familiar playbook. He's tapping into nostalgia for what he portrays as a better time in America. He's stoking grievances among his base, blaming their problems on Democrats and immigrants. And he's relentlessly attacking his opponents, using his signature brand of insults and name-calling. This strategy has proven effective in the past. But will it work again in 2024? Trump is facing a different political landscape. He's no longer the incumbent. He's facing potential legal challenges. And the country is more divided than ever. Section 7. Harris's approach, unity, progress, and policy. Kamala Harris is taking a different approach. Unlike the traditional political strategies that often focus on division and partisanship, Harris is emphasizing a message of unity. She believes that bringing people together regardless of their political affiliations is crucial for the nation's progress. She's emphasizing unity and calling for Americans to come together. Her speeches often highlight the importance of collaboration and mutual respect, aiming to bridge the gap between different communities and political ideologies. She's highlighting the Biden administration's progress on issues like the economy, healthcare, and climate change. Harris points to the administration's achievements in job creation, expanding healthcare access, and taking significant steps to combat climate change as evidence of their commitment to improving the lives of all Americans, and she's offering detailed policy proposals, aiming to contrast with what she portrays as Trump's lack of substance. Harris's policy documents are filled with specific plans and actionable steps, designed to address the pressing issues facing the country today. This approach aims to appeal to a broader range of voters, including moderates and independents. By focusing on common ground and shared goals, Harris hopes to build a coalition that transcends traditional party lines, but it also carries risks. In a highly polarized political environment, calls for unity can sometimes be seen as naive or unrealistic. Harris must navigate these challenges carefully to maintain credibility and support. Can Harris energize the Democratic base while also appealing to the center? This balancing act is crucial for her success. She needs to inspire the party's core supporters while also reaching out to those who may feel disillusioned or disconnected from the political process. Can she effectively counter Trump's attacks and break through the political noise? As the campaign progresses, Harris's ability to communicate her vision and respond to criticism will be tested. Her success will depend on her capacity to connect with voters and articulate a compelling narrative for the future. Section 8. The stakes are high. A nation at a crossroads. The 2024 election is more than just a contest between two candidates. It's a referendum on the direction of the country. Will America continue down a path of division and polarization, or will we choose unity and progress? The stakes couldn't be higher. The choices we make in this election will have profound consequences for generations to come. We're deciding the future of our democracy, our economy, and our planet. It's a time for serious reflection and informed decision-making. Section 9. Your vote, your voice. The power of civic engagement. The power to shape the future rests in your hands. Your vote is your voice. It's your opportunity to make a difference. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get informed, get involved, and most importantly, get out and vote. Whether you're passionate about a particular issue or simply want to see a better future for America, your participation matters. The 2024 election is a chance to make your voice heard and help shape the destiny of our nation.